What's going on, guys? Aero here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Now earlier this month, we actually got a brand new trailer for Sword and Shield that showcased some new characters, some new Pokemon, as well as some new features of the game. And the thing that's interesting about this trailer is that it actually coincides with a lot of the information that we already know about from a previous leak. Now there has only been one leak so far for Pokemon Sword and Shield that has accurately gotten multiple things about the game correct. Now this leak was actually posted back in May, and this was before the Pokemon Direct that we had in early June as well, and so a lot of the information from that Pokemon Direct was confirmed inside of that leak, and we actually got some new information which was confirmed at E3, and then also we got so much more information which was confirmed inside of this recent trailer that just came out a few weeks ago. And so in this video, I figured we'd take a look at this leak once again and give you guys my thoughts on the information after seeing the new information that has come out just a few weeks ago. And before we get started, I do want to let you guys know that I am giving away a $20 Nintendo eShop card on my Twitter, and so if you want to have a chance to win that, then all you got to do is click the link in the description. I'll also make it the pinned comment in this video. Just click on there, go to my Twitter, give me a follow, and retweet that tweet, and you'll have a chance to win. It's going to end in just a few days. You only have a couple more days left, so definitely be sure to enter that if you want to have a chance to win. Alright, so looking at this leak right here, the first thing that it says is that your rival's name is Hop, but you will also be facing off against Bede and Marnie. Now Rival Hop was already shown off in the Pokemon Direct that we got in early June. He looks a little similar to How, if you know what I mean, but he looks like your typical rival that we always get. And so it also says that you're going to be facing off against Bede and Marnie, and so we haven't seen these characters yet, but it looks like that there are going to be two other characters that are going to be traveling with you in your adventure. The next thing that it says here is that Team Yell is the gang in this game who are well-meaning fans of Marnie causing trouble. And so it looks like that Team Yell is going to be like the evil organization, and they're also going to be connected to Marnie because they're fans of Marnie, so we're going to have to see how that turns out. It also says to become part of the gym challenge, you will need to get an endorsement. Bede gets an endorsement from Chairman Rose and his secretary Olina. And so the crazy thing about this is that these two characters were shown off in the recent news that we just got. We actually got to see who Chairman Rose is and what he looks like, as well as his secretary Olina. Then it says that Eternatus is the evil legendary. The other legendary will be a wolf who will either have a shield main, and so we already know that that's referring to Zamazenta, or will hold a sword like Great Wolf Sif. And so if we compare a picture of Great Wolf Sif to Zacian, that's exactly what the Pokemon is like. The next thing that it says here is that Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing are new dynamics that will supersize Pokemon in specific areas. Gigantamaxing is different from Dynamax as it changes what the Pokemon will look like. Meowth looks like a long cat, Lapras gets layers of musical bars next to its shell and musical notes, and Pikachu looks like retro fat Pikachu. Now Dynamaxing was already shown off in the Pokemon Direct that we got in early June, but we didn't see anything about Gigantamaxing, but that was also confirmed in the recent news that we got in July. Now that trailer didn't show off any Gigantamax forms for old Pokemon, but we did get to see that Gigantamaxing is in fact real, and we did get to see it for some of the new Generation 8 Pokemon. We got to see it for like Dreadnought and Corviknight. The next thing that it says here is that Sonia is Leon's former rival who is researching the Dynamax phenomenon at the behest of her grandmother and professor of the game. And so we know that this leak came out back in May, and so all of this information is surprisingly correct for a leak that came out months ago. And it's interesting because we do know that Sonia is in fact the assistant of Professor Magnolia, who's the professor of the game, but it also looks like that Sonia and Leon, who is the champion of this game as we know, they might actually have this like kind of past that we're going to have to find out about in the game. So it looks like that Sonia and Leon actually had this kind of connection in the past where they were rivals with each other, and maybe they battled each other a lot too. It would be kind of cool if Sonia turned out to be like an actual really strong trainer, so that would be really interesting to see. The next thing that it says here is that some Pokemon like Farfetch'd will get regional evolutions, like Surfetch'd, and Meowth looks like a ball of spiky gray fur. And so this is crazy because it seems like that some Pokemon are actually going to get special evolutions inside of the Galar region, and that's just crazy, especially for a Pokemon like Farfetch'd, who I think people have always been asking for Farfetch'd to get an evolution. There was actually an evolution planned for it back in like the beta for Pokemon Gold and Silver as well, so it's just nice to see that this Pokemon is finally going to be getting some type of evolution. Then it also mentions Meowth in here, which is also really interesting as well, because Meowth actually has its normal form and Alola form, and now it's apparently going to have the special regional evolution form as well. So that's just going to be crazy to see if a Meowth is actually going to have all of these different forms inside of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now the next thing that it says here is that Skovet and Greedent, if I recall correctly, are chipmunk Pokemon who will hide in berry trees and attack randomly if you shake for too many berries. If they attack, you will lose half the berries that dropped. Now we do think that there is going to be a chipmunk Pokemon. It hasn't been officially revealed yet, but if we take a look at one of the trailers for Sword and Shield, there's actually a chipmunk Pokemon silhouette of a Pokemon that we don't have that appears on a kid's shirt, and a lot of times they do put Pokemon designs on people's shirts, so a lot of people do think that this is probably like that brand new chipmunk Pokemon. And it also mentions how they will attack from berry trees, and we do know that berry trees are inside of the games. We saw that in a trailer, so it just all lines up. Now it says here that the 4th gym is the fairy type gym led by actress Opal, and Milo, Nessa, and Kebu are the first ones. And so we already know about Milo from the Pokemon Direct, we know about Nessa from E3, but we don't know anything about these other 2 gym leaders. We don't know anything about Opal, and we don't know anything about Kebu, and the recent trailer that we did get for Sword and Shield did reveal 2 gym leaders. We got to see Bia and we got to see Alistair, but none of those are mentioned inside of this leak, so we still have yet to see who Opal and Kebu are like. It says here that before fighting the gym leaders, you will have to complete the gym challenges. Milo has you herding sheep named Wooloo, but Pamper, an electric corgi Pokemon, will startle them and send them rolling elsewhere. Now the thing with this leak is that there is a lot of things that are kind of sloppily and lazily written, so there is a lot of mistakes in here, but you can kind of get the gist of what they're trying to say. And so it says here that Milo has you herding sheep named Wooloo, and so Wooloo was confirmed in the Pokemon Direct that we got. We get to see that it is in fact a brand new sheep Pokemon, but it says here that Pamper is an electric corgi Pokemon. I'm pretty sure they're referring to Yamper here, which is that brand new Pokemon that they showed off in the recent trailer, and it makes a lot of sense. It is an electric Pokemon, it looks like a corgi Pokemon, so it makes a lot of sense. But it also says here that Nessa has you running through a maze where water blocks the way. And the thing about this is that we actually got to see gameplay of Nessa's gym from people who got to play the demo at E3, and so if I can find that footage, I'll put it up on screen. You can see that there is in fact some sort of maze that you're getting through inside of her gym. There is going to be like water that's blocking you and stuff, so this leak is definitely accurate. Now for Kebu, it says that it requires you to catch Pokemon and get 5 points, but you also have to be in a party battle with another trainer who's also trying to catch it, and so we don't know if this party battle is like a new mechanic that still has yet to be introduced, or if the person was referring to like max raid battles, which was already shown off in the Pokemon Direct, but we don't know if like maybe he just didn't know about the name of what it was called, and that's what he was trying to say, so we don't know exactly. But I mean, in a max raid battle, you are both attempting to catch the same Pokemon that's in a Dynamaxed form, so maybe that's what it could be referring to, but either way, we already know what it's going to be like. The next thing that it says here is that while there is a transit system, and we did get to see that there are like trains that go throughout the region, you will also have to travel through the wild area at times, an open world biome that has a weather system and little pockets where wild Pokemon Dynamax and will have to be beaten in a 4-person raid. You will randomly see nearby players and interact with them to get their league cards and items. Now they already talked a lot about this inside of the Pokemon Direct. We know that there is going to be max raid battles where you attempt to catch one Pokemon with multiple people, and they also talked about the wild area as like this open world area. You're going to be able to explore, you're going to be able to use the R stick to move the camera, so it all looks pretty cool. Then it says here that camping is going to be how you're going to play with Pokemon. You'll get 2 toys, a feather toy and a toy Pokeball, which can raise friendship, and you'll also be able to make curry, which can raise stats and friendliness. And they did kind of allude to camping inside of the trailer. You can see that there is like this little scene with Sobble, and like you're giving the Sobble food, and you can see that there's like tents in the background, so I'm pretty sure that that's going to be referring to camping. The next thing that it says here is that Pokemon will not walk beside you in the overworld map, and I think a lot of people expected this after seeing the first trailer. The next thing that it says is that Scorbunny will have fighting type moves, but is a pure fighter. And when it says here that pure fighter, I don't think it means that it's turning into a pure fighting type, because that would just make no sense to have a fire type starter turn into a pure fighting type by its final evolution. I think what they're trying to say here is that it's going to be a pure fire type Pokemon, but it's going to look like a fighter and have fighting type moves. It says here that it becomes Reboot, but I don't remember its final evolution, except that it looks like a fighter, it looks humanoid. Then it says here that Sobble becomes Sizzle, and then Inteleon, a chameleon with a spy-like theme, and that sounds pretty cool as well. I really do want to see what that's going to turn out to be like. And it says Grookey will end up as a giant gorilla that beats a wooden drum to attack. Now I don't know if Game Freak's going to reveal the entire evolution line for all the starter Pokemon, but I do think that we'll probably see what the middle stages of the starters are like towards when the game is about to come out. And finally, the last thing that it says here is that the best new Pokemon so far is the blue seagull, who when it dives, it either gets a Barracuda in its mouth or a Pikachu, which it launches at its enemy. So this sounds like a very unique Pokemon. I really do want to see what this blue seagull Pokemon is like. It says when it dives, it either gets a Barracuda in its mouth, so I don't think we actually have a Barracuda Pokemon. Maybe it could be referring to something that looks like a Barracuda, like Basculin, but it also says that it could get a Pikachu, which it launches at its enemy. So is it going to get like a Pokemon in its mouth, and then that Pokemon gets thrown at the enemy? Like, I really want to see what this move is going to look like, and I really want to see what this Pokemon is like as well. It definitely sounds very unique, and it seems like it's definitely going to be one of those fan favorite Pokemon that a lot of people are going to love in the Galar region. And so there you go, guys, that is the most credible leak that we have right now for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, and I just love how as we get more and more information about these games, more and more stuff from this leak ends up being confirmed, like how we just got stuff with Chairman Rose and Alina confirmed, and with all the stuff inside of this leak, I'm definitely very looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all the stuff that they're going to show, especially with like the regional evolutions and all that stuff. I'm very excited. So if you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to click that like button, and also comment down below and let me know what you guys think of this. What do you guys think of the leak? What are some of the things that you're very excited for? What are the things that you don't like? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Pokemon content in the future, so please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And remember to enter my giveaway as well. I am giving away a $20 Nintendo eShop card, and it's going to end in just a few days, so if you want to have a chance to win that, then all you got to do is click the link in the description, and I'll also make it the pinned comment of this video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.